Good morning. I hope you're having a great day. So we're in the time of the Omer, which is the time between the Jews leaving Exodus and receiving the Torah. One happened in Nisan, on the 15th of Nisan we celebrated Passover, and the other one will happen 50 days afterwards. And we have a tradition that during the time of the Omer is a time of mourning, because Rabbi Akiva, one of the greatest sages in the Talmud, who you've all heard of in some way or another, studied his thoughts, his ideas, he had 24,000 disciples, and all 24,000 of them perished during a pandemic, during a Magefa, in the time of Sfirat Omer, in this time between when we left Egypt till when we received the Torah. And the rabbis tell us that the reason why they perished was they didn't respect each other. They weren't kind to each other. Now the question, of course, arises. In this week's Torah portion, we learn the famous law about love your fellow as yourself. Now, if you ever know, in the Talmud it tells us, Rabbi Akiva says, this law, this commandment that the Torah gives us in this week's Torah portion, to love your fellow as yourself, is a great klal in the Torah. It's one of the greatest rules of the whole Torah. So the question, of course, arises, how can it be that Rabbi Akiva, the one who said that loving your fellow as yourself is such an important part of the Torah, how can it be that his 24,000 students didn't respect each other? And because of that, they perished. His students, out of all people, didn't get this message? And to understand this, the answer is like this. You see, there's a difference between liking and loving. Sometimes you love someone, but you don't necessarily like them. Sometimes you like them, but you don't love them. What's the difference? Love comes from the sameness. I love my brother. I love my sister because they're the same. They come from the same place. They have the same DNA as me. They have the same parents. We grew up together. I love them. Does it mean I like them? Sometimes I can't stand my brother, my sister, because of what they act, because of their differences in personality, in their action. I love them because we come from the same place. But do I like them? Not necessarily. Sometimes there are some people that you love them and you like them. Some people you like them, your business partner or your boss, but you don't love them. Some people you love, but you don't like. And some people, of course, you don't like and you don't love. People that you like, they're not the same as you. You like them because you appreciate their differences. You appreciate what they can contribute to the conversation, to the friendship, to the relationship. I like them. Do I love them? Not necessarily. You know the old story that I've said before, the difference between Rebbe Yisrael and Klal Yisrael. You go to an anti-Semite. I don't know if you all saw the horrible words that Secretary of State or Defense Lavrov from Russia said about basically accusing Jews to have been Nazis, some of them. And there's been a big uproar in Israel. But you ever go to an anti-Semite and the Jewish people, oh, they're terrible. I hate them. So you ask the guy, yeah, really? Tell me, who's your cardiologist? My cardiologist, Goldberg. Goldberg, but he's Jewish. Oh, he says, Goldberg, he's different. The Jewish people are terrible, but Goldberg, he's a good cardiologist. Who's your accountant? Weiss. Weiss? He's Jewish. You don't understand. My accountant is different. Weiss is a good guy, but the Jewish people are terrible. And tell me, who's your lawyer? My lawyer is Wolf. You know Wolf. But Wolf is Jewish. He's not your typical lawyer. He's a special guy, Wolf. But the Jewish people are horrendous. What about, who is your financial advisor? My financial advisor is Katz. Katz, but he's Jewish. Oh, he's a good guy. He's not like those Jewish people, but the Jewish people are terrible. Then you go to a Jew, and he says, oh, the Jewish people, they're so special. He lets out a krech. He's quelling from how special the Jewish people are. But a moment later, he's talking about his neighbor, Moskowitz. That guy is such a lowlife. He's such a bum. And then his brother-in-law, Lifshitz, what a nasty guy. You tell him, 1 second. You just said the Jewish people are the greatest people. He says, the Jewish people are the greatest. but this guy is different. You see? Because when it comes to our own, sometimes we love them, but we don't necessarily like them. We don't appreciate them for being different than us, for thinking different than us, for having different ideas. Sometimes we like someone, we don't love them, they don't come from the same place as us. And that was the problem with Rabbi Akiva's students. You see, they loved. Of course I love another Jew. Comes from the same place. We're one people. We're one and the same. We live in the same country. We have the same teacher. But do I like or respect their differences? That they could see the ideas of Rabbi Akiva different than me? Oh, that's something different. You see, we're in the time of Sfirat Omer now, and that's why his students perished in Sfirat Omer. What happened in Sfirat Omer? The first month, in Nisan, we became a nation. That represents the Jewish people as a whole. But then we come to Iyar, we suddenly start counting the 7 emotions uniquely. And if you ever counted the Omer, we always say today is 17 days, which is 2 weeks and 3 days. Why do we say the weeks and the days? And the rabbis say the weeks represent the people as a nation, as a community. Am Yisrael, the nation of Israel. But then we go into the days, the details. That represent the individuality, the uniqueness of each Jew. It's easy to say, I love Am Yisrael, I love the Jewish nation. That happens when we became a nation. But then we need to work through to like them too. Their differences, their uniquenesses. Because only after we love them as a community and we love them as an individual, we come to the 3rd month of counting the Omer, which is Sivan, when we receive the Torah. What does it say when we receive the Torah? The Jewish people were one. This message is so important in the day and age we live in. There's so much controversy and differences and friction. But we always have to remember, not only are we one nation, but we're one nation with differences. And we still have to respect each other, love each other, and learn to like each other. God bless you. Have a great day.